Heyo everybody, Haku here, and I guess I'm reviewing Urara Meirochou. Now, I said I was going to do a full series review on this because I really liked it, but yeah, I guess here we go. I guess this means there's another Haku of anime reviews. But yeah, this one I don't feel like is going to be as long as some of the others. I don't know. Just going to give my thoughts on this, and I watched a lot of shows. You guys know I watched a lot of shows in winter 2017, and probably like 9 or 10 shows, but of those 9 or 10, this was like one of my top 3 favorites, I'd say, along with Kobayashi-san, China Maid Dragon, and Kimono Friends. And one word I can use to describe this, and I'm going to try not to say too many times in this video, is underrated. Underrated, we all yell. This show, to me, the sort of it's good but it's kind of scores, and the really lack of fan involvement surrounding this show just made me think, how is it this underrated? How do people not see how fun this is? That's something I struggled with. Like, will I say, is it a miracle show like Kimono Friends was? Nah. Is it a masterpiece of its genre like Maid Dragon? No. But I thought it was really good. It was a good story with good character progression. I think that's the big thing for me. It was cute, it was fun, it had this feeling where it felt almost like it was set up, the basic setup of the plot was laid out and outlined, sort of like you would outline writing a battle shonen, and yet there wasn't any battle aspect. So that from the beginning had me really interested episode to episode. I'm like, it's so cool how they can make this entertaining and fun to watch week to week without any just generic action or anything. And I think that even helped the series even more because it made it feel unique. It made it feel like it had its own life to it. Yeah, character growth again, something that was very big to me with this series. And each of the characters, their way of divination was awesome. The whole aspect of divination in general was handled pretty well. It led to having a really cool setting. And I had expectations. I was like, okay, it's just going to be one of those cute girls doing cute things anime. The kind that you see all the time. And that was just my expectations. It wasn't going to be anything special, but like I said, I loved it. It demolished my expectations. The characters that I thought were just going to be your generic tropes at the beginning, I thought were pretty amazing. Like I said, setting was really nice, and it's something I want to see a lot more of. I think this definitely needs a season 2, and its underratedness and lukewarm fan feedback and reaction makes me think, oh gosh, it may or may not get a season. Well, there are worse shows that have gotten more seasons, yeah, I think that this definitely needs a second season. Everything that I thought was at the first 2-3 episodes really grew on me over time toward I don't know, everything from the whole back half, I guess, 7 and on. I really was like, please don't end, show. I don't want you to end. And I liked it. There were a lot of feels that hit me harder than anything else that season, and it really sort of made that emotional connection with the characters, and I don't know, I felt like that was stronger than a lot of the other shows this season. The only reason I would say the 2 I liked more than that, Kimono Friends, was because it's just, like I said, it's a miracle show. The way that the show got to the height it did is unbelievable. In Kimono Friends, for a slice of life comedy sort of storyline, it is an absolute masterpiece of its genre. So I mean, the storytelling in that, it's like Urara Meirochou was great in my opinion. It's just that sometimes, no matter how great you are, there is some absolutely mind-blowing competition out there. So yeah, next up, let's talk about the characters in the series. I do that in every series review. First off, I'll talk about Sakutaicho, or Captain Saku. She was cute, the character design was nice, I liked that. But it was sort of weird to me in some episodes. Some episodes I liked it and I thought it was good, but then some episodes I was like, when she was thrust into this sort of faux male lead sort of position. Like the general tropes you would see happen to a male lead in a shoujo manga sort of happened to Saku quite often. Which sometimes it was funny, it was like part of the running gag, but sometimes it was a little bit I don't know, it was a bit off. The jokes didn't always land as well as they did sometimes. I loved her officers, though, the two officers that followed her around that were obsessed with her. They were great. Nina was a great early mentor character. The early mentor, it's usually a character that you just throw out there. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're boring, but most of the time they're just kind of boring. But Nina was actually memorable. She was good, and she has increased, increased importance in the future, being related to Nono and everything. So yeah, I did like her, and I like that she felt really, really human, because they could have just had a teacher mentor character, but they humanized her and showed that she has her own struggles and things she's dealing with as a teacher, with these kids as her students. So I like that she was shown to be pretty human there. Now for the main four. First up is Komei. Now I'm putting Komei first because at first I thought she was really boring. I was like, okay, Kon is really memorable, Chi is really memorable, Nono is really memorable, Komei a bit on the generic side. Like at first I just thought she was forgettable. But then, I don't know, I guess around episode 7 was when we got her backstory with Marie, and Marie was pretty click. But when we got her backstory, I really came around to loving the character a lot, and from then on, she was just up there with the other three main characters for me. I don't know why, but I guess if you can craft a backstory well enough, that can stick in fans' minds with a character throughout the rest of your series, because that's what happened for me with Komei. Also, the running gag of her being soft and squishy, it made me like her more too. I don't know, it was just a cute running gag they had. Kon is cute Fox-chan, and not really a fox, but that's another running gag that I like, was everybody confusing her for being a fox. That was a pretty good running joke, and her personality I like. Her personality and appearance were a bit of your common trope. So she had the sort of straight-laced haircut and personality that you see quite often, but she still felt unique. I liked it. I liked especially because I think Kokiri to me was the coolest divination. I like that one the most, and the fox spirit and everything. I thought that was awesome. Chia being up next, I love that she is just a wild feral child, and her lewd belly issues were great. Kudo was a great divination thing, and it was Kudo, right? And her affinity with animals was funny too, and just I liked Chia's development. And Chia's relationship with all the others was great, but I think the Chia-Kon relationship really... I almost kind of shipped Chia-Kon there. But Chia and Kon's relationship and the way it grew and different things happened throughout the series, I really thought that made me like both of the characters a lot more. Then lastly would be my favorite character, Best Girl Nono. Nono just gave me constant feels. Every time I saw her on screen, I was like tearing up. Oh my god, my Nono, don't do anything bad to Nono. Yeah, she's just the cutest thing in the world. I loved her so freaking much. The voice acting was amazing. Matsuko, all the gags with Matsuko, all the jokes and things they did with that were really funny, and really funny when they meant to be, but they could also be sad when they portrayed it right, or really cute, and just the whole complex that Nono had with Matsuko and everything, it just, to me, it was really unique and worked so well, and Nono was really like the biggest reason that I loved this show and just kept coming back to it, just because I loved the character. And talking about another backstory that we didn't get to see too in detail, and we didn't need to for it to really hit home and make you enjoy the character more. So Nono, to me, favorite character, best girl, and one of the bigger reasons I enjoyed the show. Some more stuff about the show in general. I thought the animation was pretty alright. Like, I'm not going to say it was amazing, because it wasn't, but it also wasn't bad. I don't even think it was average, because the more and more I watch, the more I start noticing different things with animation and soundtracks and stuff, and I guess it's just more experience lets you judge things better, and I would say this was definitely above average animation. Like, it wasn't like great, blow you away, but even what it was is above the average that I've seen. I like the OST as well. Again, the OST wasn't one that really jumped out at me or anything, but it wasn't bad either. It it was good, and it had some really good moments. It's hard for OSTs to really stand up that well when they're running alongside Little Witch Academia, though, that has an amazing OST. So again, no matter how good you are, it's sort of hard to realize how good something is sometimes when it's running alongside things that are even better at that specific thing. As for the opening and ending, I love them. I'm big on openings and endings, and at first I thought they were pretty good, but they really grew on me, especially the opening. I liked the ending from the beginning the first time I saw it, but the opening I was like, at first, and then it really grew on me from there. So yeah, I love them, and of course, like I said, big part of the show for me. And yeah, I think Season 2 was necessary to move on from where they left off. Because think about it, we got the setup. They're going to this school in the 9th District. That would be an amazing storyline to go through. Like, going and staying at this school for Urara, or, I guess what would be the word for them? Fortune tellers? Diviners? But yeah, it would mean more new characters that they meet at the school. It would mean more development for the main four, a whole new setting, whole new trials to get to the 8th District. So yeah, I would really, really, really love to see a second season and on from there. Hopefully someday we'll get one. I'm not sure, because I'm pretty sure the manga's actually kind of new. It is based on a manga, right? I'm pretty sure the source material just started in 2014 though, so it's probably not even that far ahead of where the anime left off, which, oh man, it's such a pain when that happens, you know what I mean? When they like rush and do an anime on something and you're like, oh, this is pretty new, which means the source material is going to take forever before we could even think about a second season. And yeah, that's kind of how this is looking. But yeah, as for a score, what would I think about scoring it? I would give it 9 exposed bellies out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10. I really, really enjoyed the series, and I hope you guys did as well. Hope you enjoyed the video as well. Like, if you did like the video, and comment down there too. Tell me what you thought of my thoughts on this series, what you thought of this series yourself. I am interested to see what other people thought, because for me, my big thought is underrated. Nobody loves this enough. Subscribe, I guess, for more anime, manga, tons of other things on the channel, and more. And follow on Twitter if you want. I'll try to keep you updated there and stuff with the channel. That's it. So thank you once again for watching. I'll see you all next time.